Just express yourself.
You want to talk or do they talk?
Oh, no, anybody
Do they need to speak English or I need to translate? Do I need to translate?
Huh?
Do they speak English or?
They speak English. You understand English?
Just talk to him.
Yeah, I just want to talk to him. Yeah, he's talking.
We need to understand where this is actually.
So there's
Oh, I understand. I understand. I understand what you're
for me,
saying.
we have a different.
I'm doing a story for Christian Science Monitor. Just an update
for me, if they
on
remove
the
this
fuel
fuel subsidy,
protest.
it's okay.
One of the things that I noticed
the problem
is that
we
all the streets are empty. People who are legitimate, hardworking people can't go to work because of the protests. And so we're just talking to people about how their
businesses cannot be the same thing.
and they are affected.
Let's just make the interview and do your work. And
Okay, all right. We just want to know.
For me, it's okay. For me.
I just want to know how you're, in like concrete terms, what the fuel subsidy means. Like one lady said that it used to cost her 50 naira to go get the food for her shop to sell. Now it's 400 naira because of the fuel subsidy and she can't sell her food.
To me, what I believe is President Jonathan is a bold president. He's the first president in Nigeria that I will see that takes a bold step in removing the fuel subsidy. Because this fuel subsidy continue occurring every time. You see from the regime of the military era, they continue increasing it to Obasanjo era, which is almost 2 times they increase it higher. But now let them remove the subsidy so everybody can have a sense of belonging.
Okay.
At least Nigeria can know where we are going and where we are going to end at the end of the day.
So you think that the fuel subsidy removal, it was good?
It's a good idea.
Why?
It's
Why?
a good idea. The reason is there's some cabal that cover themselves that hide under this fuel subsidy idea. You know, there are some people that are gaining from it. If you have to ask the poor people now, what are they gaining from the fuel subsidy?
Right.
They are not getting anything in returns. The government is pumping money there. It's going to the big and the richest ones. Because if you have to say now, some people have a car when some people have 5, 6, 7 cars.
Right.
By the time they fuel, look at the difference. If you say, okay, now 19 naira difference, the government is hiding to it. By that, if you have 1,000 liters, you know what goes to the richer people,
right,
and what goes to the poor people that used ordinary 5 liters.
Right.
If you have to say, okay, the poor people are getting 300 and something in returns,
right,
when the people, the big men are getting 9,900 something in returns.
So are you saying?
For me, it's good for us to remove the fuel subsidy. So the poor and the rich, the gap may be a very closer gap.
Closing the gap between the poor and the rich.
Exactly.
How does removing the fuel subsidies close the gap between the rich and the poor?
Yeah, it closes the gap because there are some people that where they eat is that fuel. They hide under the fuel. You know, that is where they get their money. You see their children going to international schools when the poor cannot even afford school.
So the fuel subsidy has corruption.
Yes, it has corrupted a lot of big men in this country. That's why we are saying that no to this corruption.
Right.
At least you have to ask. Nigeria itself asks us individually.
Right.
You see people building houses of 50 million, 30 million.
Right.
Go to Lekki, you see a lot. Where do they get this money?
Right.
It's from fuel. It's like they are just, it's from fuel. They are just parking this money. They are stealing our money. They are using it for their children and their generation to come. So for we the poor, we are really suffering it. So for me, my idea, my own point of view, let's remove the fuel subsidy. Let's go. They have removed from diesel, and we still continue buying. They have removed from kerosene, we still continue buying. So let them remove the petrol subsidy and let's know where we are going. So that's my own advice.
Could you spell your name, please?
My name is Ola Abayomi.
Could you spell it?
Yeah?
S-O, how do you spell it?
Ola Abayomi. That is O-L-E-B-A-Y-O-M-I.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye, Ole.